Hey, it's me, I'm JC. It's me, I'm JC, Jermaine JC, whatever they call me. And I'm wanting to welcome you back. I know that I'm not doing enough videos. I'm not doing like a lot of videos this month. That's because I have we had a little bit of a situation. And that means I'm going to be giving you much video as possible for the next 2 weeks, which means today is the 17th. So I'm going to be giving you a video today, and I'm trying my best to give you a video for the rest of the month because I didn't really give out that many videos, which it happens. But I want to go ahead and do something for Get Woke, which I promised you this last month, which why not do it now? And this is for Black History. I've heard this a lot. This is more so for all the guys and girls out there. This is for my power up crew. But I want to say this first and foremost. Black History Month is only 28 days. I want a lot of people to understand that. A lot of people ask this question like, well, you talk about it this month, you talk about it next month. For some people, I would, and some people I wouldn't. For me personally, my black is beautiful, and I celebrate being black every single day. I won't lie to you. This month so far, of 17 days so far, I have literally most of the days tried my best to look at something black media and look at the past and look at, like, I'm reading a book from James Baldwin, and it's crazy to say this, James Baldwin, and he's such an amazing person. And it's funny because I don't really fully recall talking about him in Black History, and more I get mostly like in Black History Month. I've always been told like Langston Hughes, which is not to credit, not to credit a great man like he is. It's just, that was the 1920s compared to the 1950s, 60s, 70s, and more current times, which I understand that naturally a book, one of my class of 2008. So I don't think most of my teachers would have talked about James Baldwin, but the greatness that he is, mainly because he was a big ball buster, basically. This is not about just him. For guys and girls out there that are any part of you being part black, anything like that, and for all the people out there that wants to sympathize with us, power up is a beautiful thing. Power up. But also, I want you to understand that Black History, for most of us, is taught in the home. A lot of people always ask this question, it's only 28 days in school, that's just 4 weeks. But honestly, 4 weeks is good. They know this at, I would say, maybe first grade all the way to high school. High school, you get more of a African American studies, and a lot of people take it in college, if you do choose to go to college. I did not go to college, personally speaking, because that just wasn't my path at the moment. Maybe not. I don't know. Black history is something that, like, say, myself and many others grew into and grew around. Honestly, we see our faces a lot more and more every single day. We don't see enough. We never see enough, but we see enough to see that they're trying to at least create the narrative that we exist. And a lot of people ask this question for like the LGBTQ characters, why the black man doesn't exist there, why does the black man always have to be the punching joke, or why does the black man have to be the gay guy or the ultra feminine guy? Why can't he be the masculine dude? And this is my question to anyone that watches this, to my non-black people, and all my black people, to my African Americans, to Africans, anyone that watches this video. If you feel like you are not represented at all in the media, create it. That's the easiest path. If you want to keep writing letters, cool, do that. If you want to feel more represented, go for the roles. Talk about your story. That's what we have done. The narrative is out where now we have trans women and trans men out in the front. So that's also a part of the LGBTQ. Laverne Cox is a black LGBT trans woman. So, you know what I'm saying? Well, she's represented in the media in that way. And not so much just her. She's one of so many examples. There are a lot of examples for that, like a gay black man. He does exist. A gay black woman. Well, Yes, it exists. They're very complex. It's not just a typical masculine woman that you see that, oh, wow, she's masculine. Oh, wow, she's, no, there's ultra feminine girls that's out here that illicit lesbians, what I call them, personally speaking, but not so much that title, but just the ultra feminine girl that likes a feminine girl. There's nothing wrong with that. And people shy away from so much of that, like shy away from that, or people can't always see like two feminine guys like each other. It's hard, I don't really know what to say about Black History Month because no lie, I really love to get as much videos as possible. Last year I wanted to do a State of the Union, but I was kind of like, not doing that. I don't black lives because also I'm not a woman and also I'm not a little girl. So I can't get in that mindset of that. I can ask a question and give you all the questions out there. If you feel like you're not being represented, personally speaking, you have to create your own narrative. There are a lot of guys and girls that I've come in contact with that are great writers that also want to act, that also want to, sing. And honestly, we have songs, there are places we can go for our music. You don't always have to be on the Billboard 100 to matter. You have to find your niche. Yes, like me doing this, I don't always get my best views, but that's okay. Personally speaking, I've learned not to look at views all the time because if I saw 10 people, great. 20 people, great. More than that, hey, I'm doing something. And it's not me watching 30 times. Me and my mama watching all those times. It's more than just those people that are clicking on the video, maybe watch for 1 minute, maybe watch the whole thing to understand the full message of what I'm talking about. Black History Month is a month. So my challenge to a lot of people, if you are a parent, please teach your children everything that you want them to learn. And also teach them more. You have to always teach someone more. There's more to learn every single day. And there's more to talk about every single day. So don't feel as though that you're trying your best to warn them for the world. You can't warn them. And you cannot not warn them. Most kids don't always get to see Black history until the schools talk about it because sometimes parents don't want to overdo it. And sometimes you didn't get the information yourself. You just learn from the same thing. And that's not fair to you either. Sometimes learn about the Langston Hughes. Also learn about James Baldwin. Everyone always want to just say Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Some people shy away from Malcolm X, for so many reasons because he did black action. If it wasn't Malcolm X, Black Panther's movement would not be as powerful because that's who a lot of people exemplify most of the Black Panther movement. You have to find your examples for what makes you great. I'm not telling you to be over political. I'm not telling you to fight everything in the world. But when we stand for Black Lives Matter and we stand for, the injustice of the world and equality, Me Too movements, all these movements, don't forget also your skin matters. And your skin is what most people look at first. Sometimes it's not your voice, it's just your skin. My voice is heard sometimes first and you're like, oh, ow. And at the end of the day, what I want y'all to always understand is this. You are who you are. Don't ever shy away from that. But celebrate us as well. I'm not saying you can't date someone white. I'm not saying you can't date someone Latino. But they have to celebrate you as well. Not so much just this month. They have to celebrate you daily when you choose that person. A lot of people look at, examples of the media where people will say, well, I'm for the Black power. I'm for this. And then they see them with a white woman or they see them with a Black man. And you're like, mind blown. But attraction is nothing compared to being Black. Being Black is knowing who you are. Not always knowing full your roots, because honestly, watching Roots, for me personally, is not really not on my to-do list, because I ain't got time. Sorry, I've watched so many slavery movies, I watch so many unjust movies that it's polarizing to keep watching it, so you always prevent it from occurring. So if you see another movie like that, I'm not telling no one don't go watch it. Please go. Go, support. Always support, our arts and support people, support our people always. I'm never going to tell someone that. But if you want to truly celebrate us, also learn within. Support maybe Black-owned products. Support Black-owned businesses. But there's always a little rebuttal. if you cannot afford black-owned products, if you cannot afford going to black-owned businesses because their price may be higher, then you can't support them. If your money's tight, your money's tight. This is to anyone ever out there. I don't fully understand why we have to say, well, I'll support only this when you can't afford it. If you can't afford it, go to Walmart. It's great. If you know a dad and mom, a black dad and mom shop, or a businesses that have a certain thing that you like and you want to share it, share it. Please share it. Show people that this person is this. That's how you make me better, by you sharing my videos, and that's how you make them better. Because me talking about black-owned product, which I'm going to talk about that, I think this week. Yeah, shortly. I will talk about that this week. That's what makes black greatness and black excellence is this. That we show and we showcase that we're saying, look, go my brother, go my sister. And that's why we have to always say, my brother, my sister. That ain't something I'm always going to say person, because I'm not going to lie. I got one little sister and I got 4 brothers. 4, 3. Yeah, that's 4 of them. So what I'm saying, it's probably, it's just 3. I don't know. I'm adding I had that another person. I don't know. I treat him like a brother, I guess. End of the day, this video is longer than normal because I want you to understand fully. Get woke means this. Know who you are. And this is to all types of people. If you're Latin, if you're Latin and you're not raised in a traditionally Latin home where you're more Americanized, also learn about your people. If you're Asian, if you are in a traditional, non-traditional Asian home, I have to say Asian, I have to say Latin, because it's a generalization, just like black is. There are several things that we also will ever learn in a traditional textbook that is from the government. Not saying anything against that. It's just that's what they regulate. If you want to know more about Latin history, you have to research. If you want to know about more Latin community, and I'm not trying to just make this about everyone, but this is what it's about. It's called inclusion for a reason. You want inclusion for anyone out there, you have to add everyone in the world. If you want more people to understand our story, teach them that story. When you date a Latino dude, if you date this white guy, also tell him what you can't understand, what you may never understand. But tell him, hey, your hair is a subject. How you talk, your dialect is a subject. Who you are as a person is also a subject. So don't ever forget that. Because at the end of the day, what makes you beautiful and what makes us us is just that. So much of what we are is this, not so much because of Black History Month, it's because what we've been raised and what we've been taught is so little compared to everyone else. No lie, I hate saying that, but it's just the truth. To dominate who we are as people, you have to keep going. Don't stop reading just one Black history book. Don't stop just reading this. Learn about Black literature. Learn about Black cinema. Sometimes go back to the 70s. See what they were talking about in the 70s. Talk about it in the 80s. Talk about the 90s. Talk about it in the 2000s. Don't forget, we have movies out there. They just don't always get showcased. Don't forget that if you want yourself to be showcased, go for the roles. Get up. Wake up. If you want to be woken, wake up now. Because there's no more time. There's no more time than right now. We have time for later. Cool. If you still got some more lessons to learn, you want to act more better, cool. Go ahead, do you. But don't always complain about something that you don't get to see of yourself. Because yeah, I'm gonna see myself all the time. But at the same time, hey, I'm here now. And I'm saying now and later. Well, now or never. And it's now for me. So power up to all my people out there. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Later.